Rhonda. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm so very glad that you are here. To all of you that are new here, welcome to my little corner here. I am, again, Rhonda, and I make videos about memory keeping, scrapbooking, journaling, all of those parts of my life. I am very, very passionate about documenting my life. If you're new here, you will see that. If you've been around for a while, you are already very much aware of that. But it has been a while since I have done a video. I cannot even believe this is July, you guys. Where has this year gone? For me personally, we have been involved in a huge merger at work, and it has consumed my entire year so far. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. So we are finally on the downhill slide of that. So we're able to take some PTO, and we're able to, my time has freed up a little bit more. So I have been filming videos for you guys. I just have not had time to edit and upload them. So I apologize for that. Hopefully now that I'll have a little bit more time, I can get a lot of those videos edited and uploaded for you guys. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. I thought it might be kind of fun to do a mid-year check-in and just share with you guys what I've been working on this year. This is always good for me because I enjoy seeing what I've actually accomplished this year so far. Even when I feel like my life is crazy and chaotic and I'm not spending as much time in my scrapbooking space as I would love to, this lets me know that I still am making progress. I'm still getting some things done. I am actually quite shocked at the amount of things that I have gotten done. A lot of these projects that I'm going to share with you guys are not ones that I've started and finished this year, but they're ones that I've finished. So some of them I have started and finished, but some of them have also, been started in previous years. I just took the time this year to finish them. So I thought I would go through and share with you guys what I have done. I'll share with you what I am working on, and I'll share with you what is next to come. So hopefully that's interesting to you guys. Like I said, I love seeing the progress. It's been great. Like, I really am shocked at what I've gotten done. And I'll make sure and let you guys know, what I've gotten done, approximately how much time it took, whether I finished it this year or I started and finished it this year, all that kind of stuff. So we'll just kind of talk through some of these projects that I've got here. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, let me apologize if I'm sitting on this chair kind of wonky. I fell this last weekend and broke my tailbone. So it's a little sore. So I am trying to figure out what is comfy. So if you see me shifting and all that kind of stuff, it's just me trying to get comfy with this tailbone of mine. So sorry about that. And also apologize for the glare off of my glasses. Didn't realize this was going to be a problem. My window, which is the light source in my scrapbooking room, is right across from me. So it's glaring on my glasses. So sorry. Go figure. Okay. So let's get started. So the first thing I've got here is my Disney Vero Beach album. This is one that was started last year, and I was just able to finish it this year. I sat down and I really spent, I think, less than a week finishing this up. That's what a lot of these projects are. I just had so little that needed to be finished that I just needed to sit down and just do it. So this is my Disney Vero Beach album. I believe I have a video on my channel of me putting this together. This was fun. This is a 6x8 album, and what you will see is all different kinds of mediums here. You will see like regular traditional scrapbooking albums. You will see I've got a couple 49 and Market Create an album. I've got one that I just threw together. You guys will see all different kinds of mediums. I don't like to do things the same way all the time. I am a huge fan of mixing things up, mixing up the mediums and being creative. This is one that I took a traditional 6x8 scrapbooking album. This is from Simple Stories, and I created it like I would a journal. So there's just all kinds of loose pages. There's no page protectors in here. You'll see just exactly like I would create a journal. So I've got ephemera in here. All I did was punch holes in it and add it to the rings. So just all kinds of fun stuff added to this one. This one took really no time to do. This was kind of the first time that I played with large 6x8 photos, which I am now a huge fan of, huge fan. You will see as I go through some of these, a lot of large photos. I really like the attention to the photo that it brings. It distracts your eye a little bit from all of the busyness going on, and it just creates such an impact when you have a large photo like this. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I will film flip throughs of all of these for you guys. As I said, I've got a couple of them filmed already. I just have to upload them and edit them and that kind of stuff. But you'll be able to see more of this up close. But so this is one that was just super easy to throw together. I played with some digital stamps in this one. So that's really the first time that I've really ever done digital stamping. Again, created flips with ephemera. I've created pockets, all that kind of stuff. So this one is done and complete, and that one can be put away. Let me get that over here. Okay, so we've got that one. Oh, sorry. One other fun thing that I created is a tag book. This is a gift for my best friend. I have made journals or scrapbooks for all of our girls' trips. We try to do girls' trips twice a year. One of the ones that we did was to Laramie, Wyoming, and it was one that we did a couple years ago, and this one never had a scrapbook. We didn't do a whole lot. It was just when we were kids, when we were in high school, we grew up like 3 houses apart. And so we would always call each other and be like, let's hang out, I'll meet you halfway. So we used to always meet in the middle, you know, like the middle house. And we would always just get together and hang out. So that's been our thing ever since, is like, meet you halfway, meet you halfway. Well, for us, I live in Colorado, she lives in Salt Lake City. For us, halfway would be like Rawlins, Wyoming, and neither one of us wanted to go to Rawlins, Wyoming. So we met up in Laramie, which for me is not halfway. It was like a 2-hour drive for me, and it was a 6-hour drive for her. But it just had a girls' weekend, and it was so fun. We did really a whole lot of nothing, which is why I never made an album or anything about that trip. But I thought, you know what? Laramie deserves its own little, we did a few things, but Laramie deserves its own little documentation. So that's why I created this tag book. Now this was super fun. Easy. Took me a weekend to do this. Excuse me. So I just created tags, or I used tags and added my photos to them. So just kind of documented what we did. I got her hooked on Santa Clarita Diet. You guys, if you have not seen Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix, it is hilarious. So funny. She had seen like clips of it, and she was like, I don't think I want to watch a zombie kind of TV show. And I'm like, trust me, she has the same sense of humor as I do. I'm like, trust me, you are going to love this. So we binge watched all of Santa Clarita Diet the weekend that we were in Laramie. So it was so much fun. So I just documented about that, just documented with some photos from, I just Googled some images from the TV show. We talked about Joel a lot. So Joel is the husband in this, and every woman deserves a Joel in their life. His wife becomes a zombie, and he's okay with it. He's all right with it, and he embraces it, and he helps her. And it's just, everyone needs a Joel in their life. If you have a Joel, you're so lucky. But we went to the movies. So we were, Laramie is a college town. The University of Wyoming is in Laramie. And so the hotel that we stayed at was right next door to some shopping and a movie theater. So we took some time to go see a couple of movies. So this is when we went and saw The Exorcist when that came out. This was in 2023. And then we saw Haunting in Venice, so I just have some photos from that. I documented all of these in my Project Life for that year. So I don't have one of these for me, but so I had to go pull the photos and print them for her. We went to Bath & Body Works. We spent a whole afternoon in Bath & Body Works and spent a lot of money in Bath & Body Works. Did a whole fall haul and everything. We went to the Wyoming Territorial Prison. So I have lots of photos from that. We did the prison tour. So that was kind of fun. So I have a lot of photos from that. But it was just fun to just go through and make this tag book. It didn't have to be anything fancy. It didn't have to be anything extravagant. It's mainly photos with a little bit of embellishment, and that's really about it. This was fun. I just created a pocket with some tabs that pulled out with some more photos. So again, super quick. Took me a weekend, and so easy and so fun to do. It took me a little bit to find my groove and to find how to be creative on the space of a tag when your photo takes up almost the whole page. But in the end, I love it. I think it turned out great. She is going to love it because she has no idea that that she's getting a journal with Laramie. So that's fun. Let's see. Hold, please. Okay. San Diego. So I think this was the last video that I uploaded. This was a San Diego scrapbook that I made from a 49 and Market created album. And this one, I love this one so much. It was so fun to do. It was so fun to be creative and play with the pieces that come with the 49 and Market create an album kits. This is full of flips and pockets and tucks, and it's very interactive. So you can see this, I'll show you real quick. This opens up, this little pocket here. Whoa. Okay. And we've got all kinds of photos in here. I just love this. I love the way this came together. It's so much fun. I had my husband looking through it, and I had to help him figure out all of the different interactive elements and stuff that were in here. But again, you can see large photos. Large photos, love them. Tell such a story. All kinds of flip outs. Again, I'll do a flip through of this for you guys so you can see all of the bits and pieces to it. But this was a three-day trip. And I just love the way this turned out. I was able to use all of the ephemera that I collected, everything. This turned out so great. I love it so, so, so much. Beautiful. I used 49 and Market collection through this. Forget which one it is. When I do a flip through, I'll link it, but it was perfect. Perfect for a San Diego. It wasn't a beach vacation, but it was a sea vacation. So we didn't spend time at the beach at all, but we were out on the water and we were on the coast. It was very coastal. It was a very coastal trip. So this one turned out fantastic. Can't wait to share that one with you guys. Let's see. What else do we have? You know what? Hold. I'm going to grab my other 49 and Market. Hold, please. Okay. So using the 49 and Market create an album, I did a different type of album for my best friend. So we took a girls' trip to Disney World in October 2024. October 2024. So it was just last year. We just did a resort stay. She had never been there before. So we toured all the resorts. We had so much fun. We were there for, I think, 4 or 5 days. And we had so much fun on this trip. Eating, drinking, visiting all the resorts. She got to see like Disney World at its best without going to the parks. So it was so much fun. So I created this album for her. This is another 49 and Market created album, but it's different from my San Diego one. So this one is the horizontal, but I think it's a different, maybe not, maybe it's just the horizontal version of that one. But I created this for her, and I am giving this to her. I'm going to Salt Lake this next week. And so I'm going to give this to her along with her tag book. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait for her to open this. So this one was so much fun to do. Again, all kinds of interactive elements, so many fun things. This little belly band comes off. I attached a magnet to it so it would stick. Just all kinds of pictures from our trip. We've got some maps here. I was able to use a bunch of ephemera in here again. You know, just sharing all the places that we went and all the things that we did and all the photos that we took together, and just having so much fun together. This, you know, we've got flip ups, we've got things that flop down, just all kinds of fun stuff in this one. I just can't wait to share it with her. So I love the way this turned out. So much fun. We were touring the monorail resorts, and we were leaving the Polynesian and heading over to the Magic Kingdom to catch the bus, and we caught the fireworks show outside of Magic Kingdom, so that was so great. So she got to experience Disney fireworks show. What else do we have here? Just all kinds of photos that we took from around the resorts, all different, but I wanted her to have something special to remember all of the places that we went. So there is a page, at least a page in here with photos from every resort that we visited. So it's just fun, and she is going to love it. Love it, love it, love it. So again, flips out. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, this one flips out again. So just all kinds of fun stuff in here. I will be sure and share a flip through of this with you as well. I need to have a video of this because I am creating one for myself. I was working on both of them at the same time and it just became too time consuming, and I needed to get this one done so that I could be able to take it with me when I go to Salt Lake. So I had to hurry and get this one done, and I'm only about halfway through mine, so I need to have the video so that I can remember exactly how I did it. So that is coming soon. Okay, let's see here. Oh. All right, so another thing that I love to do is pocket pages. Now, I have done pocket pages for years. The majority of my scrapbooking was done in pocket pages. Then I discovered more journaling, more creating journals out of books, and all different types of scrapbooking other than just doing pocket pages. But when I want something that is super simple, super easy, kind of my go-to when I need to just get some things done, I go to pocket pages. And that's what I decided to do with this Texas album. This one was kind of fun to do too. This is one of my favorite things to do. This started as a plain craft journal or scrapbook. I was gonna see if I had one, but I don't think I have one over here. It was just plain craft. And what I did is I painted the edges, and then I added some patterned paper and some stickers and all that kind of stuff on here. And then I Mod Podged it. So these aren't going anywhere. These are stuck on here. That's one of my favorite things to do with these type of albums. Again, this is a 6x8, so 3-ring system, which I love to use. So I have a ton of page protectors. So this one is using page protectors. So where my Vero Beach one, I just did loose pages in there. This one is using pocket pages. And again, super quick and super easy. This one took me like a week to do. So I did start and finish this one this year. But all kinds of journaling, all kinds of photos. This trip, we were going to San Antonio because my favorite singer in the entire world is Barry Manilow. I am obsessed with Barry Manilow. I love him. He's in the process of doing his One Last Time summer tours, and one of the tours last summer took him to San Antonio. And I'd always wanted to go to San Antonio, and so I told my husband, I'm like, let's go to San Antonio and go see Barry. So I got tickets, we planned all of this. Now, let me just say, it would not be my preference to go to San Antonio in August. San Antonio is a great town, a great little city. We had a good time. It was miserable. It was miserable hot. It was with the humidity, 104, 105 at least every single day by 10 o'clock in the morning. I would love to go to San Antonio again when it is not August. The only person that could get me to San Antonio in August ever again would be Barry. So that is the only reason that we went to San Antonio in August. So a lot of the stories in here are about the heat because it was hot. I don't know how y'all that live in Texas and in the South deal with that heat and the humidity. So my son lives in Houston, and he was like, Mom, how's San Antonio? I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I live in Colorado and we have heat. Like we get 102, 103 sometimes, but it's a dry heat. And if anybody tells you there is not a difference between a dry heat and a humid heat, there's a huge difference. Huge difference. I will take our dry heat over y'all's hot, humid heat anytime. So yeah, we did end up spending a lot of our time during the day indoors. We didn't go out and tour a whole lot. We did do one tour, and I'll share that with you guys in just a sec. It was so hot, so hot. I would love to go back to San Antonio, but again, it would definitely not be August. So, yeah. So I just did some documenting. Again, used a lot of my ephemera, collected some stuff from our hotel. I've got our hotel key here, coasters, just all kinds of photos from that trip. Spent some time on the Riverwalk. Our hotel was right on the Riverwalk, which was super convenient. We were able to go out and grab a meal and then get right back into the hotel so we weren't out in the heat. Hung out at the pool, that kind of stuff. So I did some documenting about the heat here. This is a map that just folds out. I've got stickers that I purchased in here. Again, used up a lot of ephemera. I've got receipts. Talked about the food that we ate, all that kind of stuff. Had dinner at the Tower of Americas. So just all kinds of different ways to document the same story. So now here is where I documented about Barry, our Barry concert. As luck would have it, at 3 o'clock the night, the day of the concert, we were sitting at the pool and I glanced at my phone and I had this notification. I don't know if you can read it. Barry had COVID and had to cancel the concert. Yay! Yay. So we were there for nothing. I was so bummed, so bummed. He did reschedule it, but it was for the following week and I wasn't going to be there. So I did not get to see Barry. I'm so sad, but that is why I'm going to Salt Lake next week, because he'll be in Salt Lake next week and me and my bestie are going to see him. So he better not cancel on me again, because he has canceled on me 4 times. 4 times. I mean, the man's 82. I get it. But don't cancel on me anymore. I can't handle it. My heart can't take it. So I did some documenting about how the concert was canceled, and we just had to try and make the best of it. Of course, we did go to the Alamo. Again, full-size 6x8 photo. Did some digital stamping on here. Just all kinds of fun stuff. We went to the Alamo. We went to the Alamo, and then we went to the other 4 missions in San Antonio. So I did some documenting about that. The 4 missions are an UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we took a tour through Viator to go visit all 4 of the missions. Now, with the exception of the Alamo, the other 4 missions are fully functioning churches. So they do have services on the weekends. So we were able to go into the churches and see what they look like, but they were all so beautiful. So absolutely beautiful. I collect travel stamps. If you have not seen any of my travel journal scrapbook flip throughs, I love to collect these travel stamps, and so I collect them everywhere I go. So I have one for each of the missions. So those are all in here. Kind of followed a little pattern for each of the missions. We've got some stickers in here. We've got full-size photos of each one of them. Just all kinds of fun stuff. So that was pretty much the extent of this San Antonio little album here. But again, super quick and easy, because I went back to my go-to, which is pocket scrapbooking. And when I need something quick and I need something easy, pockets are the way to do it. So we've got that one there. So then my passion project is my project life. And obviously I started this last year. I document a birth year of my life just because that's when I started project life scrapbooking years ago. I just happened to start in April, which is when my birthday is, so it's easy for me to document a birth year of my life rather than a calendar year. So this is my 56th album, and I again fell back on a pocket scrapbooking. Super easy, and I just needed to be caught up. I was feeling overwhelmed. I had so many projects that I was working on, so many things that I wanted to try and finish up, that it was just easier for me to just go with a pocket style again. So this is a 9x12 leather bound album. This is from scrapbooks.com. It's a 3-ring binding system, and it's pocket pages. So I do love to document my project life in pocket pages. So this is just my whole year. Again, I've talked about this a million times. This is my passion project. I will always do a project life because I like to see the little bits and pieces of my life. I like to see all of the things that come together to make up a year of my life. Because you kind of forget, you kind of forget all the little things. And when you take as many photos as I do, you want to do something with them. And so I put them in my project life. So I'll do a full flip through of this as well if you guys are interested in project life. There's many, many ways to document it. I have documented it in quite a few different ways. I've got some flip through videos on my channel of the different ways that I've documented project life. We'll talk about what my plans are for this year coming up, but I don't know. I'm kind of confused as to what to do. So again, just nice snapshot of my whole year in one album. So that is my project life. Again, 9x12 pocket pages. Okay, the last thing I finished this year has been started for like a year and a half, and this is my favorite. I am honestly so sad that I am done with this. I have had more fun creating in this. I could not wait to work on this when it came time to work on this. I try to rotate every few weeks the scrapbooks that I'm working on, just to kind of keep things fresh and keep things new and interesting for me, rather than working on the same project continuously week after week after week until it's done, which is why I have so many projects going on at the same time, because I don't like to finish them all to completion before starting something else. So I rotate things, I put things away, I pull out new things. So anytime that it was Yellowstone week, I was so happy to work on Yellowstone. I love this. Okay, hold on. This is Yellowstone. She's a two-parter and she's chunky and I love her. This was so much fun to do. This was completely different. I got to be so creative with this, which is why I think I love it so much. I just had these chipboard pieces in my stash, and I decided to make them the cover for my Yellowstone journals. So I basically just punched holes in pages and added them in here. That page is kind of falling apart. I need to go back and fix it. But there are so many stories documented in this book, and in so many different ways, so many creative ways. Again, super interactive. I got to be as creative as I wanted to because I was only limited by the size. So this is roughly a 6x8 as well, but you can see large photos throughout this because Yellowstone is absolutely a beautiful place. And I took so many pictures, and we were in Yellowstone for 7 days. And then we went to the Tetons for 3 days. I have not yet started on the Tetons. We'll talk about that in just a minute. I'm excited about that because it's the same. It's the outdoorsy, it's the mountainy, it's the wildlife, it's the fun. Sorry, that just shut off on me, rude. So it's the fun stories that I get to tell and the photos that I get to share. Lots of digital stamping throughout this one on large photos. Just so much fun. There's my grizzly bear. We saw a grizzly bear our first day in Yellowstone. So documented that story. I will share a full flip through of both of these with you guys. I can't wait to share that with you because this just makes me so happy. This is the part 2. And all I did was just add them with binding rings. That's it. They're so easy. And so I could make this as big or as small as I wanted to just by changing out the rings. My original intent was to have all of this on one, but it became a bit cumbersome. And so I did split it into 2. So that's why there are 2 of these. But again, I love the papers. I loved, it was fall. So just lots of photos, lots of fun. Fun stories to tell. We stayed at Lake Yellowstone for the first time. Loved Lake Yellowstone. Just so many fun stories in here. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. Again, I'm so sad that it's done, but I'm happy that it's done because that means I can now move on and talk about my Teton pages or my Teton scrapbook and work on that one and tell those Teton stories. So I think that is all that I have finished this year. Again, I'm super happy with that. I am super happy with that. I really wanted to get Yellowstone done because that has been on my plate for a very long time. But I've got some other stuff that has also been on my plate for a very long time that I need to get done. So let's talk about what is in progress right now. So let's see. All right. Okay. I should pull these out too. Okay. This is a traveler's notebook. And this is telling the story of my solo Disney trip that I took in, gosh, when was this? 2022 maybe? 2023, April of 2023. So I took a solo trip to Disney, and so I am documenting that in a traveler's notebook. So again, something different. It's not a pocket, it's not a journal, it's not pocket pages, it's not a journal, it's not a traditional scrapbook, but just something different. So a traveler's notebook style. I'm able to still do full-size photos, still able to add all of my ephemera in here, and I'm still able to tell all my stories, but I'm doing it in a totally different format. So I'm about, I don't know, maybe not even a quarter of the way done with this. this will have more inserts. So you can see this is one traveler's notebook insert, and I've got room for 2 more. So I will easily be able to add the other 2 inserts to this to continue to tell the story of my Disney World trip. So that is one thing that is in progress right now. Another Disney, I've got lots of Disney in progress, is my Disneyland popcorn box. So excited to make this one. I do have a video on my channel of how I turn this popcorn box into a journal. So I am working through that. I've got a little bit of this done, not nearly as much as I would like to get done, but that is in progress right now. Just got a few pages done in that. I was able to add a shaker page in here. I love that so much. Lots of journaling. That's as far as I am. So lots more to come in that one. I will have some more videos for that, of this one for you guys. And then the other Disney one that I'm working on is this Epcot one. Now this is probably from 2022. I've been working on this little Orange Bird Epcot book for a while. Again, totally different format, totally different medium. This is using a little golden book that I turned into a journal. I've done quite a few of those. If you go back and look on my channel, you can see how I use little golden books and how I create the journals. But this one is just specifically for an Epcot portion of our trip. So there's all kinds of stories and pictures and stuff from Epcot. I don't know what I was thinking, doing one book for each park, but I am. So I'm making my way slowly through Epcot. This one has very little left in it to finish. There's really not a lot that I have left to do in this one. I just need to sit down and spend, you know, like a week with this, with little Orangey here, and we can get Orange done. It just takes time. Let's see. Hold on, let me grab another one. Okay, so this is my version of the creative album that I did for my friend. As I mentioned before, I started working on it along with hers, and then I stopped so that I could just focus on getting hers done. So I need to finish that. So there's that. And then the other thing in progress right now is Graceland. This is our Graceland trip. My best friend and I went to Graceland a couple of years ago. I made her book for her. I took an Elvis Presley book, and I took this apart and turned it into a journal, and that is what I am using for this trip. So we've got all kinds of photos from this trip documented in here. Again, fantastic trip, so much fun, huge Elvis fan. We'd been wanting to go to Graceland for years. This was actually the beginning of our girls' trips, was going to Graceland. So again, this one is almost done. Luckily, I took video of hers when I gave it to her, so I have that to look back on and see how I need to finish this, what I need to do, because it's so much easier to copy the one that's already done than it is to try to recreate the wheel. And this one's has already been done once. So that is what I am working on as well. This one will probably be the next one that I sit down and just hammer out, because we're going on 2 years since this trip. And so I just really need to get this done and get that put away and move on with little Elvis, be done with little Elvis. Okay, so that is what I still have in progress right now. What do I have that I haven't even started? Yay, a lot. Project Life. So my birthday was in April, so I need to start my 57 book, and I am quite stumped as what to do. I think that's probably why I haven't started it, because I don't really know the direction that I want to go. So I did purchase another 9x12 pocket scrapbook for this. That was my goal, was to do another one just like I did for last year. I like to mix things up, as I said, so I'm not loving the idea of doing another 9x12 pocket page for my Project Life. I am really wanting to turn another book into a journal. I haven't done that in a while, and I'm really wanting to do that. I did Project Life in a little golden book a while ago, and I have a flip through of that on my channel as well, and I loved that. I would love to do it in a book again. I don't know that I want to do it in a little golden book, however. I could. I've got a couple that I could use for me. I would rather do a different kind of book. So I'm kind of playing around with that. I'm only a few months behind in that. So I do need to figure that out so I can figure out make a plan and move on with my project life. So I'm still kind of up in the air as to what to do with that. But this album is beautiful. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's got a velvet finish to it from scrapbook.com. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I have one more in progress. Hold on. I'm just going to make a mess over here. Okay. This is a 12 by 12 pocket page scrapbook that I am working on for a cruise that we took in January. So, I've started this one. As I mentioned earlier, my son lives in Houston and our trip left from Galveston. So we flew in a day early and we stayed with my son and daughter-in-law, and we only had like the 24 hours with them, which was really quite the bummer. But we went to the NASA Space Center in Houston, and we had so much fun with them. We just had a great time with them. So this is all the first day of our trip. So I have not started yet the cruise portion, but I am done with the first day. So we're ready to move on, and we're ready to, X-rated stuff from my son. He's a crazy boy. But I'm ready to move on with the cruise portion of that. So I need to work on that some more. But that was just a trip that we took in January. So I'm not feeling the pressure to get this one done as much as I am some of this older stuff. Okay, so now let's finish talking about what else is coming up. So, as I mentioned, I am going on this trip to Salt Lake. I always document our girls' trips. So I bought a couple of these. These are from Heidi Swap, and they are chipboard covers with rings on the side, and they're meant to put 6x8 pocket page inserts in here. So I bought these, and I think this is what I'm going to use to document our Salt Lake City Berry concert shenanigans are going to go in these two, I think. Kind of fun, kind of, again, something different, something I can play with. I haven't used these before, so it'll be something completely new. I also mentioned that I have, for my Disney trip in 2022, I mentioned that I was doing a little golden book for each park. I have only done Magic Kingdom and the Epcot, so I have Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom to do. The books are put together, not even started. So I was going to wait until I was done with Epcot before I move on to those. So those are still sitting there. Those need to be done. And I think the only other thing I have that I have to start is we are leaving for Alaska in about a month, and I'm beyond excited for this trip. We have planned this trip for a year and a half. It has completely changed direction. It is something way different than it started out to be, and I'm so very excited for it. My plan is for this one to do this in, again, completely different format for me. Hold on. I have two 10x8 albums. Now, I've never done a 10x8 size. These are from Ali Edwards, and I keep seeing people on like Ali Edwards blogs and in the classes and stuff that I take through Ali Edwards using the 10x8, and I'm just intrigued by this format. I love the fact that it's horizontal rather than a vertical. I'm really intrigued by that. I'm excited to make some large photos, 10x8 photos. Super excited for that. I did get two because I know me, and I will have thousands of photos that I will have to go through and try to make work in here. I have bought page protectors that go in here through Ali Edwards, but I am planning on incorporating those with out of the pocket pages as well. So it's hard to tell, I think, from the lighting, but this is like a gold polka dot. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that a little bit. So it's a gold polka dot. It's super cute. I love this one. I have started on this one a little bit, just because I know I had an idea of what I wanted to do. So each day that we're gone for 10 days, and each page or each day is going to have its own divider. So I took these and made these huge geotags, and I put the dates on them of when we're going to be in Alaska, and there's one for each day. And I'm going to, actually it's right here. I'm gonna grab it. I bought this Tim Holtz die set, and this is the Thinlits ABC dies. And my thought is I'm going to use these dies to cut out all of the letters from where we were. Now I know where we're going to be every day, but I don't want to put them on there in case things change. But then all I need to do is punch holes in this, and this becomes my day divider. And so I'm very, very excited about that. So there's something on each side. I can also add something there if I want to. So that is all I've gotten done. Obviously we have not gone on the trip, so I don't have anything left to do yet. But as I think of ideas, I want to get started on them. I'm really excited to get working on Alaska. And I think that's been my push to get some of these albums completed this year, because I know when we come home from Alaska, I am going to want to dive fully into Alaska and not worry about anything else. And that's just going to put everything else further and further and further behind. And the further and further behind they get, the less I remember about all of these places and the less stories I'm able to tell because I don't remember them as well. So yeah, so that is coming up. Stay tuned for that. I will share Alaska with you guys. And then again, like I said, the last thing that I have is the Tetons. So this trip was in 2023, all of 2023, 2024, no, 2023, 23. So yeah, I'm really excited to get started on that and get that done. My goal was to do it very, very similar to my Yellowstone. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know if I want to do something different. Who knows? Stay tuned. We'll find out together. So that is my mid-year recap. That is what I've gotten done. That's what I'm working on. That's what I still need to work on. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and so I could share all of this with you. Again, process videos coming, flip throughs coming, all of that coming. I just need to have time to sit down and get it all done. But I'm gonna work on that for you guys, I promise. So hopefully if you stuck around till the end of this, I appreciate you, and you guys have a great day. Any questions, any comments, leave them down below. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. As you can tell, there's a lot of content coming, so someday. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.